and welcome. Today I want to give our feet some love. It is becoming winter here in the Northern Hemisphere and already I can feel that my feet are becoming tight and constricted from wearing boots. The days of barefoot and open-toed sandals are behind us now. So I want to focus today on some yoga poses for the feet and some self-massage to find some freedom, loosen up those muscles and give our precious feet some love. So let's get started. For this practice, you will need just one blanket rolled into a tight roller, like so, and a bolster or a pillow to sit on. So we're going to begin with some massage for the feet to open and broaden the soles of the feet, and then we're going to move into some yoga poses. So bring yourself to a seated position. Bolster will give you a little bit more height, so you've got more access to your feet. If you need even more height than a pillow or a bolster, you can do this sitting on a chair. Bring the feet into just a comfortable cross-legged position and just take a few breaths. Center yourself. We're going to give the feet some love and attention, and that in itself will bring us to a place of calm. The feet are very in tune with the rest of our body, and when they feel soothed, then the whole nervous system starts to calm down. So to start the massage, bring the foot up onto the thigh here if that's possible for you. If not, you can bring it out in front of you onto the floor, or you can even raise it on a pillow here like this. And we're just going to bring our hands and start to create some heat between the palms. Give them a little rub, get some heat going, and then place the hands onto the foot. And hug the foot with your hands. Just squeeze, start to loosen up the muscles of the feet with that warmth that you just created in your palms. And then, taking the palms and use a motion of squeezing and then moving outwards with the thumbs. So squeezing the foot and then moving the thumbs outwards. We're going to broaden the soles of the foot and just begin to loosen all of the little muscles that get so tight when we're wearing shoes all day. Squeeze and spread. Really find the broadness in the sole of the foot. Okay. From here, make a fist, and with the knuckles, if that feels good, or you can use a flat hand. Some people prefer a lot of pressure on the sole of the foot, and some people don't like it. So if you want to use the fist, try that first. If it feels good to you, then great. If not, maybe try the palm of the hand. So making the fist, and then just pushing on the sole of the foot from the heel all the way to the toes. And just repeat that action. Just repeat the slow, steady movement from heel all the way along the sole of the foot to the toe. It actually feels really nice, really soothing. And if there are any little tense or tight parts on the sole of the foot and you can feel that, just stop there and apply a little bit more pressure. And then move on. Also, if your hands, arms become tired, use your body weight and really lean in and get some extra pressure that way. Then placing the foot down onto the mat, just lifting up through the front body here, and now crawl the hands forwards just a little bit and just release those hips. Keep the sternum lifted and let those hips release. Then walking the hands back. And repeat exactly the same on the other side. Moving into some yoga poses now. I have my blanket, and from this shape, I'm taking it and rolling it tightly so it's quite firm and rolled like so. And from here, I'm going to place my knees onto the blanket, like so, and then I'm going to sit back with the tops of my feet onto the mat. Now my body weight is pressing onto my heels, but I'm not slouching down like so. I'm pressing a lot of heaviness in there. I'm lifting up, pubic bone to navel is lifting the front body, rolling the shoulders back. And I'm just going to settle here and allow the tops of the feet to be really broad on the mat. And just breathe. If this feels intense for your feet, take a little bit of time and then come up and maybe try again. Or maybe try without the rolled blanket and see how that feels. Remembering to breathe and also lifting the front body. From here, we're going to move the hands forwards and curl the toes under. Lifting up the front body again, and then setting the buttocks back onto the heels. This one is intense, so again, if it's too strong, repeat the first one, or just stay here for a few seconds if that's all that you can do right now. Just make sure that the toes are evenly spread. You may need to take the pinky and just push it down a little bit on either side. Remembering to lift that front body. Pubic bone to navel, lift up. Roll the shoulders back. Hands can just be placed here onto the thighs. And just take some slow, steady breaths. From here, moving the weight forwards again and settling back. And we're going to just rest for a few moments in Adho Mukha Virasana. So extending the feet back, bringing the big toes together, give some width to the knees, and then start to move the hands forwards. You can use the blanket just to rest the elbows here. And let the head touch the hands if that's where it's going to fall for you, or maybe even that. Setting the buttocks back towards the heels and lengthening through the spine. Inhale, exhale. Come on up. Walk the hands back to the knees. Coming into standing now, in Tadasana. Have your rolled blanket again in front and pressing down into the feet, spreading the toes, lifting the front body, rolling the shoulders back. Lift one foot and start to make some circles with the ankles. Just loosen that area and then place the foot back down and do the same with the other foot. Just make some circles and then place the foot back down. Now with the rolled blanket, we're going to take the feet onto the rolled blanket and leave the heels on the mat. It's quite a stretch for the feet. Feet are angular. Lift the kneecaps, lift the thighs, lift the front body, roll the shoulders back. And it's actually quite an intense stretch for the calves. Just take some breaths here. And stay for 30 seconds or a minute if that's available to you. And then release. Spread those feet again. Lift up into Tadasana. We'll do that one more time. Stepping the feet onto the blanket. This time, can you come even a little more? If not, just repeat what we just did. Spread the bottoms of the feet, lift up. Feel the stretch there in the calves, soles of the feet. And let the shoulders go back and down. Take a few breaths. And then back to Tadasana. Now spread the feet onto the mat and just feel the difference now in the feet from when we began the practice. They should feel wider, more grounded. Ground down through the four corners of the feet, so toe mounds, inner heel, outer heel. Lift up through the kneecaps, the front body, and just send those feet down into the earth. Feel the grounded practice of caring for our feet. Now we're going to move on to our next little portion of massage and some acupressure. So we warmed our feet and then we did some yoga stretches for them, and now we're going to move into another massage section with some acupressure as well. So the circles we did with our ankles, we're just going to continue that a little bit here on the floor. I'm just holding the foot like so, but you could place it onto a cushion or something like that. And this time, just use your hand to actually move that ankle around. You might feel you get a little bit more movement that way. And then we already separated the toes in our yoga poses, but we're going to go one step further with that, and we can use the hand underneath here to support, or you can support it. Taking your fingers, thread them through your toes. Now, might sound easier than it is. It's actually quite difficult. Thread them as far as you can. If you can go to the knuckle of your fingers, then you're doing really well. And then from here, just again, use the hand there to do some circles, and the toes are separating at the same time, and it's just really loosening all the muscles there and joints in that foot. Okay, from here, unthread your fingers. Hopefully it's not too difficult. And then bring the foot either onto the thigh again or onto a pillow or the floor. We're going to begin as we did before, where we just take some warmth, hug the foot, and start just moving some pressure into the sole of the foot, just as we did earlier. Then from here, we're going to start at the heel and move in little circular movements all the way to each toe. When we get to each toe, we're going to move the hand across and pull the toe for a little bit of traction. So, going in circles all the way along the sole. When we reach the thumb, just lift and pull the toe. And then again with the second toe, and then the third, and some more circles here, and into the fourth, and then pull. Again, you might hear a little bit of cracking here, and then the pinky toe. Now we're going to move along the midline of the foot and come to a point known as kidney 1. It's in the very fleshy part of the top of the foot, and you will feel that indentation. It's just between the second and third toe, and as you move your thumbs along the midline of the foot, again in a motion towards using your body weight to move across, you will find that little indentation. And when you find it, that kidney 1 point, put some pressure into there. May feel a little tender. If it does, back off a little bit, but give that a little bit of pressure. Kidney 1, very soothing point. It's a whole body rejuvenating point. And then lift back and just spread again and open the foot. finishing with taking the two palms around each foot and just giving it a little squeeze. Hold it tightly and then release. Then do the same on the second side, and your feet will thank you. I hope that you've enjoyed this video to help to reduce tightness in the feet, to give the feet some freedom, especially as we're moving into this winter season now with our feet encased in our boots. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe. And if you would like to leave me a comment, I would love to read it. Thank you so much for joining me today, and namaste.